Hello, welcome to another episode of Funjelah on... Oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm getting a call. Okay. Welcome to another episode. On this episode, I have Trish Suhr. She is an Emmy Award-winning television host, comedian, podcaster. She's incredible. She tells us stories of growing up in the funeral home business. She tells us an incredible Dolly Parton story that just gave us the chills, and I'm pretty sure we both teared a little bit, Danielle and I. And it was just a really, really great conversation. I really enjoyed this one with her, and I think you guys will too. Don't forget I'm on tour. Go to my website, Anjelah.com. See when I'm coming to a city near you for the family reunion tour. You can go to my website, get tickets, get merch ahead of time. You can also be a part of our MADtitudes and Gratitudes by leaving us a email or voicemail. Danielle will give you that information.
Yeah, so you can give us a call at 747-300-5380, or you can go to Anjelah.com and submit there, or email us at funjelahpodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. Give us your MADtitude, your gratitude. Don't forget to leave us a review. Pause right now before you even finish this episode. Go leave us a review if you haven't already. Give us all the stars you can give us. Tell everybody what was your favorite episode, why you love it, and share it with your friends and family. And I think that's it, right? Then we just jump right in. Mm-hmm. Am I forgetting anything else? Tickets? Tour?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. There it is.
There it is.
All the things. Funjelah business done. Now enjoy this episode with Trish Suhr. What kind of music does your husband do?
It's indie alt pop, if that makes any. They're old. They're
Does
old
he tour
rockers.
and stuff?
Yeah. If you go, depend on your schedule because it's probably crazier. Sure. They're in Nashville and they're in LA in September.
Oh, fun!
So
like where are they playing?
Brooklyn Bowl in Nashville, and then here they're at the Terragram Ballroom. So they were like a bigger indie pop band in the early 2000s.
Oh, fun! What's the name of it?
The Marvelous Three.
Okay.
And so when you hear the music, you're like, oh, yeah, yeah. You know, it's like that kind of music where you're like, oh, yeah. You were like that. You know the songs.
I'll go, yeah.
Well, that was me when I met him. I was like, because he's second husband. He was like, oh, I'm a musician. I was like, cool. I know nothing about music except like what I like, right?
Yeah.
And so when he was like, I go, it's great.
Yeah.
And
I love that for you.
Yeah. Got him nowhere. And like, okay, cool. And before that, he used to work in ministry for 18 years. So
no way. Yeah.
So I was like, wait a buttery second.
He went from youth pastor to starting a band.
Boom. Opposite. Was in a band, then went to youth pastor.
Oh.
Now back to music.
Oh.
I know. So I was like, okay. Because I was worried. I was like, am I getting a youth pastor? Because that's
Was it really youth pastor?
Yeah.
I guessed it.
I know. Okay. And I was like, okay, all right. This is what I'm in for. But, you know, I'm like, I love the Lord. But I was like, what's happening here?
Sure.
Because I don't know if I'm what you need to co-sign.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if your congregation gonna want this.
That's right.
Okay, you may want this. Your congregation don't want this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's discuss this. It all worked out. So
how long have you guys been married?
We just celebrated our 5-year wedding anniversary.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. I
Beautiful.
know.
And then you have stepkids. How old are they?
Girl, ready for this? Buckle up. Because I didn't birth any babies. I'm a professional aunt. I have been since 2000. I have a 28-year-old, a 21-year-old, and about to be 20-year-old. Beautiful.
Wow.
Love my stepkids. I hit the literal bonus baby lottery.
Oh, that's cool.
They could have been hateful because I inherited them as teenagers.
Yeah, that's hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could have been hell.
But they liked you.
Oh, and I like them because I was like, listen, I'm a professional aunt. Y'all got parents. I don't need to be your parent. So,
did you have that conversation with them, or was it just a vibe?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Originally, I gave them all their space because they had I had obviously had nothing to do. Well, I shouldn't say obviously.
Which even that is tricky because it could be received as, oh, she don't like me, but it's really you're giving them space.
Right, and it was really looking at what good kids they are and realizing they got put in this situation. I didn't ask to be here either in that regard. Like, I didn't sign up. When he was like, oh, I got 3 kids. And I'm thinking, neat, fun. And then when they're like 20, 13, 14, I was like,
oh, yeah. How, do you like to color? Or
I was like, I don't know. I'm an aunt. Like, I'm a neat, fun aunt. I'm not like, y'all are going through some things, and now you've got divorced parents that I'm signing up for the situation. I was like, oh, hell's bells.
Wow.
So I was lucky. I was lucky that they knew I respected them, and they respected me. So it was an easier transition, and I think it was hard for them. Well, we've had that talk now, because obviously at some point, if you like me, you feel like you're not loving another parent as much. That's not the case, but it's this weird feeling of like, dang, we really dig you.
Yeah.
And I never wanted them to feel that, and I know they did for a little bit. So I was like, y'all
are you cool with their mom?
I am fine. She's the one that's probably not acted appropriate.
Oh,
and I would
see.
say that.
Yeah.
But I think she's getting there. You know, I had nothing to do with them breaking up.
Right.
I couldn't. I would guess you should say that. I had nothing to do with it. I met him far after they were divorced. So
okay.
I don't think she thought he'd find somebody. I mean, she was probably hoping, like, I hope she's, a stripper and on drugs and smoking. Like, so she could be like, she's horrible.
But you're not horrible. You're a catch. Dang it, he got a catch.
Yeah, and I'm fine. I'm good to the kids.
Yeah.
So I think for her, there's that little like, she is cool, but also she acted a little not so much in the front.
Was one of the kids, were they all great out the gate, or was either of them harder than the other? That was like, I'm going to have to work to win this one over.
That is a great question. It's 2 boys and a girl.
Okay.
And I think
the girl.
Well, ironically, I think the girl was the most protective of her mama, right? Of
Right,
course. As you would be.
100.
In the sense of like, oh, dang, I don't want to like this person so much because my mom's got all this fear wrapped up in who this person could be.
Sure.
And I sensed that in her. And she was also the youngest. So that there's also all the other layers.
Yes.
And then in the other layer is my husband and I got married during the pandemic. I joke all the time that I got him for it because he's 10 years older than me.
Oh,
so I used to have trapped in an old rocker because he thought he wasn't going to live. So he's like,
you were his dying wish.
Yeah, he's like, got her. Oh shoot, we're all going to make it. So here we are. But so I got these kids really during the pandemic. She was starting high school. Oh. I mean, you think about all the layers to the onion that I got these babies. So I look at it now and what a blessing because I adore them. But to answer that question, I think the middle baby, ironically, because he's the most quiet, compartmentalized, and he's the middle kid. So, and I'm the oldest. I'm the first grandkid. I'm the first everything in my family. So I have all this energy of like, get your act together. Let's do. He didn't have that.
The leader.
Yeah. And so then I was like, oh, you might want to dial yourself back, sis. Yeah. So with them, their oldest sibling, we always joke, baby Jesus, he's the golden child. He's 7 to 9 years older than the younger two. Okay. So he's got this different energy too. And he and I vibed right away. Yeah. And obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but the daughter and I got close really quick. So the middle baby was his own little island. And I was like, okay, I gotta give him his own space. Because he's never really had it. He's that middle child. And I didn't grow up with that dynamic. It's me and my brother. And we're both type A. I'm a Navy, I'm a comic. He's a Navy SEAL. So you have these real type A, bold personalities. I'm not sure what it felt like to be in a family where you weren't that. And I thought, oh my God, this kid. Yeah. I got to give him space.
And he came around.
And he did. And he's from heaven. I know, he's yummy.
What part of the country are you from again? What's
Kentucky.
The country? Kentucky. That's right. It's Kentucky.
Where Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia come together. Like I always tell people Dolly country. I'm from like 45 minutes from Pigeon Forge.
Okay. We drove through there, right? To go to my Kentucky shows. Didn't we go through Pigeon Forge?
No, not really.
No, I thought we did.
Round the way you saw it from the interstate.
I know the word.
Yeah.
I know the name.
It was there.
Gatlinburg, all that. The Cumberland Gap.
Oh, maybe I've just heard it before.
Yeah.
Have you not?
My family is in that area.
Really?
Well, my parents grew up in Chattanooga.
Oh, okay. I love Chattanooga.
And we grew up going to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, and so maybe you've heard me talk about it. I don't know.
We have to take Rosie.
Or just because I live in Nashville now, so it's a city that people talk about.
Yes,
because that's where Dollywood is.
It's Dollywood.
Okay, then that's why it's on my radar.
Yes.
Yeah. JK, we didn't drive past it. I heard about it.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, it's not a real drive past place unless you. In the fall, it's leaf peeping. I just spit saying that leaf peeping season, where people literally go to leaf peep.
Oh, that's fun. I do. I love to look at the fall leaves.
Oh, it's stunning.
It's gorgeous. Really?
How far is the drive from Nashville?
Hour and a half? No, 2 hours.
2 hours, I'd say.
2 hours from Nashville.
But it's Dollywood?
It's Dollywood.
Yeah. You could go make a whole trip of it.
Yes.
Get a little hotel, something.
Yeah, maybe we
Go
do
stay
that.
at the Dollywood Resort. She'd be tickled to have you.
Oh my God, tell her. Thank you.
She makes visits all the time.
She does. No, she really
does.
Let me tell
like
you.
at Dollywood, she'll show up.
Angela.
You have a Dolly experience?
Oh yeah, I do. And I'll cry telling it. I tell everybody every time I
wore
tell
my
us.
Dolly shirt today, and I changed last minute.
It's okay. You're wearing Angel City, which is equally as cool because I love our Angel City soccer team.
Okay, fun.
So I'm a big sports nerd deep down.
Really? Okay, wait. Tell me your Dolly story.
Okay. Growing up, I always wanted to meet Dolly. Who doesn't, right? If you've grown up around Dolly, I wanted to meet her. I went and got a work permit early so that I could work the corn dog cart at Dollywood. I heard she liked a corn dog. I was like, I'm going to go.
Mapped it out.
Girl, I had this life vision planned for me because I love her so much. I mean, she's the reason that I believed I could. I might cry several times telling this story because it's really.
I love this.
I looked at her because I'm from a coal mine in town in the deep heart of Appalachia. Like people, when they think of Kentucky, they usually think of the Derby or a bigger city. My town just got like the permissions to serve liquor in 2020. Like it's
Wow.
the deep, deep, deep South.
Okay.
So I would see Dolly and think, man, I can do this. Like Dolly's doing it, I can do it. And I loved the glamour and the nails and the lashes and her heart. And so I thought, okay, you don't have to go and be some hateful cow. You can be Dolly.
Yeah.
Right? Well, my whole life I'd plotted all the ways I'm going to meet her. And every time it was just like, oh, she was just here. Or you just missed her. And I didn't get hired to work the corn dog cart. It's sad, but true.
Oh.
I lived too far away there for worried I wouldn't make my shift. It's like, but Dolly. Okay, so, and I grew up going, okay, I can make this happen. Cut to 2017. I'm out here, and I know, like you, maybe in this business you haven't had it as much as me, but I've had moments where I go, I want to quit this business.
Yeah.
I'm going to move back to Kentucky. Yeah, my family's in the funeral business. I was like, I can work at the funeral
Oh my God,
home.
we got to talk about that too, but finish the story.
Done. So I was like, I can put makeup on people. I can put lashes, by the way, on a dead person, no problem. But myself, no. I struggle too much. It's fine. We're back. So I was having that day. So it's September of 2017, and I'm feeling so bad about myself where I'm like, okay, I'm going to quit this business. Like, I'm done. This is a pack it up. And I got on my knees, which I pray often, but it's rare that I truly drop to my knees. And I got to my knees, and I was like, God.
And the Father, Son, Holy Dolly.
All the things. And I said, you need to give me a clear and unmistakable sign, one I can't talk myself out of. And I was like, please. And I was supposed to go that night. It was Emmy weekend. It's a big deal here in Los Angeles during the Emmys if you can go to the events and do the things. And I won an Emmy back in 2009 for my Little B makeover show on Clean House. So I actually get invited to this crap. I don't have to fake my way in.
Yes.
So I got invited to this Women in whatever it is event by Variety, Women in Hollywood event. Great. And I was like, I'm not going. I feel like garbage. I'm not going. And my favorite BFF gay, Snarky Josh, calls me and goes, oh, we're going, heifer. You're putting a face on, getting a lash on, and we're going. I was like, I can't put a lash on. He's like, I'll come over and lay it myself. And so I got myself together. I sacked myself up in a dress and a spank and everything. And I was like, oh. And it was at Gracias Madre, which is this vegan, I love that place. It's a vegan Spanish restaurant here. Is it Mexican or Spanish? I don't know. Forgive me for not going. Amazing Latin food. This event is there. I never drink at a work event. I don't know if you're the same, but for me, I don't drink when we're at work.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I want alcohol on me.
I don't want alcohol breath.
Yes.
Number one, I don't want no alcohol breath. Two, I don't want to say something stupid, and there it is.
Thank you. So it's always my go-to. I'll drink club soda with a lime. I'll fake it till I make it all the way through an event.
Every now and then, I'll have like a glass of champs.
Same.
That's it. Just a little.
Same. If there's a toast, if it's slightly celebratory, that's me. So that's my go-to. I was having such a night. Sweet friend Josh, gay BFF, goes, as soon as the server walks by, grabbed 2 skinny margaritas off a tray pass situation and goes, you need these. You are bumming me out. And I was like, what? He goes, seriously, I know your rule, but drink these. So I sucked one down, a lot of ice, like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And I've had the second one in my hand, and I put my purse and my phone down, and I'm sitting there just tacky as all can be, going, like just sucking it down, having a pity party. And right then, you know when you think you see something, I look out the corner of my eye, and I see what looks like the top of Dolly's head, just and we're at this event early, because I thought if we go early, I can leave early. I felt so bad.
Sure.
And I look over, and at Gracias Madre, there's this like built-in, we're in the outdoor area. It's just dusk. It's a beautiful hour. It's gorgeous LA weather out. And there she is. She just, no handlers, nobody with her, nobody, just Dolly. And she goes over and sits on this banquette against the wall. And I'm like, that's Dolly Parton. And it dawns on me that I was like, that's my sign, right? In my head,
Not the day you say a prayer to the Lord.
Thank you. On my knees and said, please, clear and unmistakable that I need to keep doing what I'm doing. And she goes by and I thought,
oh my God, give me the children.
So I think that's it. Right then, before I can do anything, gay BFF takes the drink, puts it down, and goes, here, throws an Altoid in, like literally almost choked on it, pops an Altoid in my mouth and goes, come on, it's Dolly, it's go time. And I'm like, what? And I'm shaking because I'm like, I can't walk up to Dolly. Like before I can even do anything, I'm already en route to her. The next thing I'm about to tell you happens in 90 seconds, but for me, it felt like 2 hours.
Sure.
We walk up, and Josh, who used to be one of the heads of PR at Warner Brothers, can speak to anybody about anything at any time.
Knows the job.
Yes. Walks right up and goes, Miss Parton, I'm so sorry to bother you. He goes, but I just want to let you know, I look at you as my fairy godmother because we have the same birthday. Okay. Which he's not lying. It's true.
Broke the ice. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And she goes, well, then honey, I am. Puts her hand out, butterfly ring and all. I'm like, and look, I'm shaking telling the story because this day, every time I talk about it, I'm right there. And she goes, well, I am. And he goes, I felt that in my heart. I'm like, what's happening? And I'm standing behind there going, what's happening? And then he goes, really the reason I came over, though, was to introduce you to my dear girlfriend, Trish. She grew up in your neck of the woods. Now, I am face to face with Dolly Parton. And I go, yeah. And she goes, whereabouts? And all I can get out is the Gap. Because where we're from, if you say the Gap, that lets you know it's the tri-state area. It's coal country. It's as big as a Tic Tac. And not a lot of people from the Gap make it out to be seen in Hollywood. And so I just go, the Gap. And she grabs my hand, butterfly ring and all, and goes, well, then, baby, you sit right down. And I'm like, I can remember just shaking because she's still holding my hand. And I'm like, and she pats and slides over and I sit down next to her. She's still holding my hand. We're sitting there looking at this Hollywood party. I remember we were directly staring at Halo Ice Cream was one of the sponsors. And I'm looking at Halo like an angel sitting here with Dolly. And she's holding my hand and she goes, can you believe 2 girls from the mountains are sitting here in all this? And this is why I go, and I looked at her thinking, first of all, you were inclusive with me? And then I'm like, I'm stroking. This might be it. God's calling me. Because you not only are still holding my hand, but you've included me in this with you. And that you said 2 girls from the mountains. And I'm like, is this my real life? And she goes, I can't believe we're sitting in all this. And I sat there at that moment and went, what's my life? This is... Don't take this moment for granted. And sweet Josh, thank God, had the foresight. Mind you, this is all in 90 seconds. He goes, Miss Parton, would you mind if we grabbed a picture? And she goes, that would be fabulous. Still holding my hand. And Josh leans in and takes one with the 3 of us. And then he steps out and takes one with both of us. We're in a dark corner, y'all. I'll send you the picture. I'm staring off into space. Like, what's happening? I don't know my name. And she's backlit, front lit and there's no lighting around us. That's what's wild. When I send you this picture, she's purple. There's purple light. There's pink light around her. And when you see it, I'm like fringely getting some of her light, but you can tell it's a dark hole. But she's literally lit like the Lord. And I'm like, oh my God. And she's seeing her hold my hand. And then I start realizing there's people milling about, right? Here comes people noticing Dolly's here. And I said, well, thank you for your time. I said, it really means a lot. And she, still squeezing this hand, goes, us mountain women have to stick together. She goes, and I'll be seeing you super soon. I know I will. And I'm like, and I don't even know what to say. And she squeezes my hand twice. And I just let go of her because I was like, oh my gosh, I know everybody in there at Becky's going to be up her nose holes in 2 seconds. And it was that moment that I went, what are you doing? You cannot sit here and have a pity party and think you're not meant to be in this business. When God literally dropped Dolly Parton, the human being that told you as a child, this is who you're going to be and do. And that was it. And it was the most wild experience. And then I called my girlfriend, Katie Cook, who lives in Nashville, who has been an interviewer at CMT for 20 plus years, who's interviewed Dolly hundreds of times. And I immediately called Katie and she was like, I love this. Because she knows how much I love her. And she said, Trish, she goes, I can't tell you how many times anybody that tells me their Dolly story, this is what it's like. It's like a life-changing event. I told her she needs to write the book, The Day I Met Dolly, of all the collections of stories, because it's everybody's experience.
Yes.
Is that she's even better than you can imagine her to be.
Wow.
But it was that moment that I went, get your head out of your butt.
Yep.
Quit having a pity party.
Yeah.
Something's been put in you, like it's been put in you to do what you're meant to do. Wow. And that was that. And anytime I get sad Sally about it, I'm like, you're going to be fine. And then 2 weeks later, she was interviewing Dolly for one of her Christmas movies, and she brought it up and showed Dolly the video that I sent Katie. And I'm like, Dolly don't want to talk about this crap. She's a businesswoman. Dolly's in the business of Dolly. And she was like, oh, yes. And she sent me the video from CMT.
Of her watching the video.
Yes. And I was like, I'm mortified, because Dolly was like, Precious. Dolly was like, of course I remember her. She didn't remember me from a can of paint. No. But I was tickled. And I thought, okay.
Oh, wow.
That's the Dolly story.
That was an emotional journey right now. I was like holding my breath. I was deep sighing. Like, this is what sticks out to me the most. This is 2017,
2017.
Let's visualize this for a second. Dolly Parton, in all of her success, who she is as a person, as a celebrity, as a music artist, as the philanthropist, as the legend, right? Yes. So she's not just a famous person, like a legend, right?
Icon
in all aspects, movie star, music, like icon, right? Since when did she start?
Oh Lord, in the 60s? Well, let's just say 50s, maybe. 50s. She's in her about to be 80.
We'll say 50s, 60s.
Yeah,
is when she started, and she's been this icon since then. Here we are in 2017, where Dolly is sitting here having a reflective moment, being grateful still in 2017, after all these years, after all this success. She's sitting in this party going, can you believe we're here?
Yeah.
Can you believe this
she
is our
still
life?
Says that way. Yes. Yes.
That is what sticks out the most to me, is that after all these years and all this success, she can still sit in a place of gratitude, honestly, like genuinely, authentically sitting in gratitude in the moment. That speaks volumes to me.
1000%. That was at the time, like when I was able to step back from it, because I was like, did I hear it? Thank God I had the friend there, because I was like, I don't think I made this whole thing up. It was a fever dream. Like in my mind, the words didn't come out. And he goes, no, she actually did say, can you believe us, us girls from the mountains are sitting in all this. And that's when what you're saying dawned on me too. Her level of gratitude and inclusion, that she's never at a place that she's above, better than. She was looking at me saying, yeah, well, we're just the same thing. We're the same.
Look at us. Look at us.
And I thought, what an amazing human to have that level of humility, humble, lovely. She's not a dipstick. She knows exactly who she is. But that level of gratitude that moves everything about her forward. I changed everything that day. That was the day I started next morning, I started a gratitude journal that I do every single morning.
I love that. And even what you were saying about the lighting and her around the lighting, like, I fully believe in energy.
Me too.
And that's this whole premise of this podcast, is gratitude and raising our vibration, these lower frequencies of, anxiety, bitterness, anger, resentment, unforgiveness. This is like when you sit in this lower frequency, and that's what you attract, is this lower kind of dark energy. And then the more you raise your frequency and your energy with gratitude and love and joy, and you operate out of this space, it's like a brighter color, it's warmth. It vibrates differently. I feel like you captured that on camera, like totally. With all those colors. Like she can't help but her actual energy aura is beautiful and light and lovely.
Totally.
And you can't dim it.
First of all, I live the exact same way. I'm a frequency freak. Is that the word?
Yeah. Okay.
That's me. I love it. I know instantly when something.
Oh my God, you're a frequency? A freak?
Dumb.
Hate me. I love it.
Lord.
I'm free. Quincy. I love it. I love it so much. It's like I instantly, you'll be, I always say comedy clubs are a great litmus for it because you can feel that energy almost instantly.
Sure.
If you're someone, any show, you can feel when someone's approaching you and what state they're in. We used to joke for years when I was on the road with Leanne and Karen. We would joke because Karen didn't like dealing with anybody. She has a great energy, litmus. And sweet Leanne would deal with people would come up and be like, my son just robbed a Pizza Hut. And Leanne like, I'm so sorry. And she would deal with that story. And I'm over dealing with merch because I'd say to Leanne, I'm like, if I felt bad juju, I'd be like, I can't. Like, I would just almost, cross and garlic. I turn into a vampire, stalker. And Leanne was so good about diffusing that where I'm very much, I have this like, I can't walk into it. And her sweet energy has always been like, like she'd hear it and almost like deflect it, where I'd be like, get away. This is terrifying. I don't need you in my field. Build a bubble. And I've always been really enamored with the fact that she has that ability to not absorb it, but kind of bounce it back on them.
Yeah.
And I've always found that so fascinating because for me, I try to make sure everything's a high vibe. I have a friend the other day who said to me, she goes, I'm just afraid to die. And I said, honey, she knows, we grew up together, so she knew I grew up in the funeral business. And I said, not me, honey. I go, I'm going to be the most fun ghost. I'm going to be the most fun. Like, I can't wait to come back and be like, found your keys for you.
Oh, my gosh.
You're welcome. You didn't hit that pothole. Like, I'm going to be a fun ghost.
Wait, okay, let's talk about you grew up in the funeral business. Tell me, what's her name? My girl.
Oh, my girl, yes.
Yeah.
What's her name? Oh, no, I was going to say mine, but y'all like, what was her name, the sweet little girl?
What are you talking about?
The movie My Girl?
Oh.
What was her name on that? I know.
He needs his glasses.
Yes.
I know.
Precious, why can't I think of her name?
I know.
That's embarrassing. I've seen it 100 times.
Of course you have.
I love My Girl.
Vera?
Vada.
Veda.
Veda. Okay.
I was like, Anna Chumsky.
Yeah, right.
You grew up Veda. Tell me, give me like your top 3. I mean, I have so many questions.
Yeah.
One, I want to know like, give me like your top 3 like memories of like, oh my God, this is something crazy that happened, or just like the top 3 pros and cons of growing up in the funeral business. Give me that.
Okay.
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Pros of growing up in the funeral business. You learn about levity really quickly. That joy is the ultimate, laughter is the ultimate diffuser of anything.
Did you guys experience a lot of joy in the home and in the...
Absolutely. Like we were probably, I look back now and someone might call it toxic positivity, but it wasn't, because we dealt with the pendulum swing of so much grief and seeing people at their worst.
Yes.
Nothing really sat in sadness with us, except my grandmother watching her stories. She'd love it. She loved soap opera, and she'd be like, I'm gonna watch with her cigarette, watching a story. She'd be like, I'm gonna go watch these stories. That was the sadness with my grandmother. But other than that, we were all very light and happy, and you didn't hold on to things, and you learned to find the goodness. So I think at a really young age, I got that knowledge of like, laughter is the ultimate and joy is the ultimate diffuser.
I guess because you're reminded every day and multiple times a day that life is fleeting. That
can't take it with you. Anything you have in this life doesn't matter.
Okay.
My papa was always like, you gonna put that in your casket? Which I always would like. It makes you start going, yeah. Like, what are you gonna do? Shove a bunch of fishing poles? Like, you'd see people that were so... people would want to be buried with stuff they didn't want anybody else in their family to have. Wild. You're like, you can't take it with you. Some people are like, God, I am taking it with me. Country crazy, which I am always on board with country crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that you sit and go, okay, well, the pros of it where you learned what mattered without it being hit over the head with it. You learn real quickly that it's really, no one ever goes, gosh, I wish I'd been at work more. Gosh, I wish we'd earned just $10 more. No one cares. You care about the quality time with people and how you want to be remembered. I keep saying to my husband, I was like, I want to throw a funeral party for myself before I die. Like, you want to
I've seen that.
Yeah, I think that would be the most fun.
The best. You get to hear all the things that people would have said. You know what I mean?
Right? Would have said when they're like, she was neat.
Yeah.
She was a fun one. My papa did that when I was 12. He faked his funeral to get us all home for Christmas.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. So fun.
Stop.
Well, he has 5 kids, and everybody was in different places, and everybody was making excuses of why they couldn't come home. And he was like, okay. And he faked.
And I'm dead.
And he faked. Everybody came home in a fury. Everybody was got down to the funeral home. He was laying in the casket in a Santa suit. And they were like,
Papa.
What? Yeah. Yes. Pissed. And then everybody was like, wait. As soon as they saw him, everybody that was in town just thought, lived in town, didn't know, thought, oh my gosh, everybody kept the secret. By the time we all got there, I was 12. And I'm like, and as soon as I made the noise, him from the casket, and I'm crying. Like, the grandkids thought it was great. His kids, not so much.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So that was the fun side of it. I mean, you just learn to take certain things not so serious.
Yeah.
Which I love. And then the cons of it, you were the creepy kid. So people were like, I don't know if I want to hang with them.
Sure.
Or, or you.
Did you guys live there?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
We lived down the road, thank God.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I could live in it. That would probably be a different. I always looked at it such like a business that I didn't have to live there.
Yeah.
But you're there every day. And in our little bitty town, there's no, well, now I think we have one coffee shop, but we didn't have coffee shops or there's no, it's like my town's 8,000 people. And
so you knew everybody who
you knew everybody you were taking care of.
Up.
Yeah. Everybody you're taking care of, you know them.
Wow.
So, but there's no coffee shop, so we have free coffee at the funeral home. So people come in the morning, you get your cup of coffee, and they literally grab coffee, walk in, and go, "Hey, Trish." I'm like, "Hey," I'm like, "Who y'all got? Who y'all got?" Those were my mornings when I was little. Because if not, my town was so small, you'd call the obituary line in our town if you didn't get the paper to see who we got. And I was like, that's how I grew up.
Wow.
Yeah, like things that you don't really realize aren't normal.
Was there any part of the funeral home that you weren't allowed to see, that you weren't allowed to be a part of?
When I was younger, we didn't go in the embalming rooms when I was younger.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I could see why. It's like being in an operating room, or you hope most of them are that sterile. Ours were. Yeah. So you don't want to have kids in there too much. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, we were allowed everywhere. When I got older and started really helping, then I was in there.
Do you remember the first time you were in the embalming room and like what that felt like? Or
the first time I went in there, I think I had that realization. Like, to me, I got to always see everyone in a pretty state, right? Mm-hmm. In a casket, if it was open or closed, didn't matter. I got to see them in a prettier state. So when the first time I went in the embalming room, it was that real, like, it's a finality, right? Mm-hmm. You grow up with seeing operating rooms and things on TV, but I'd never been in an operating room. And so I was like, wow, this really is something that's very final. And thank goodness our family treated, and still do, treat people with respect. Yeah. So it's this real reverence for the fact that we're the last kind of people to take care of somebody, and wanting to make sure that they're absolutely at their best, not only what state we're getting them to, but then getting them ready for the funeral. So it's always been interesting to me. And then, then the funny stuff happens that you try not to laugh at. And then you're like, oh Lord, it's people bring down pictures of somebody for a reference for makeup. And maybe this woman was in her late 80s, and they'll bring you a picture of her in her 50s. And I'm like, oh, are we going to go? That was 35. Okay, this is a different look. Like, you're like, okay. Do you mind maybe just something a little softer than this? I don't know if that blue eyeshadow is going to sit the same. Like, just stuff. Yeah. Or they'll bring you like her favorite dress, and it was a canary yellow, like tulle chiffon. Looks like something Loretta Lynn would wear on stage. And you're like, maybe like a sweater set, like something just like you're trying to manage. Like, are we sure this is how she wants to be with Jesus? Okay, well that'd be fine. Like, you just kind of try to manage things with people. And then I learned that as I got older, because people, are sad and they think, oh, I want to make sure somebody's at their best. And then you're like, ooh, okay, well that would have been darling in 2000, maybe, you know.
Were you the makeup artist?
No, that's my Aunt Bonita. I would do it sometimes.
Okay.
As I would, I would when I helped, but not as much. I loved doing the makeup, to be honest with you. Wow. And by the time we got fancy and got an airbrusher, ooh, honey, you never look better than meet the Lord.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just beautiful, beautiful.
Any haunted stories?
Haunted?
Yeah.
Oh,
Any
yeah.
ghosty stuff?
I told when I was young, for sure. I think kids. Does Rosie see ghosts?
I don't know.
Because she seems super in tune.
I try to like watch her to see like, are you randomly talking to the air, or you see those videos. I don't ever see. And my Tia Mary, who I was very close with, she passed away when I was pregnant with Rosie at 102 years old.
Oh.
Yes, and I was very close with her, and I thought for sure as soon as she passed, like she was gonna be visiting me in my dreams. Not one dream, not one visitation, not one sign, not one nothing. And sometimes I'll be a little bit mad about it, be like, Tia Mary,
something?
What? Give me a little something. No kind of visitation. So then I was like, okay, maybe she'll visit Rosie. And then, so I would like be watching. And then sometimes when we do our prayers at night, I'll be like, okay, and if Tia Mary comes to visit you, or Grandma Rachel comes to visit you, you have good dreams with them and have so much fun with them. And like, I would like say these things that I wanted. Like, I hope they come and like visit her and play with her in her dreams or like something. But I haven't seen her like see like she sees something or anything like that. So Tia Mary's not visiting me or Rosie.
Tia Mary, what you doing, girl?
Come on, girl.
She's like, honey, I got things to do.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's a blink. This life's a blink. She'll
Yeah.
show up out of nowhere. I love that. And I love that you received that, because I'm that way. Like, when I was little, I'd see people all the time. There's a whole story in the family where we grew up in an older house that was like built in the Civil War, and I ended up in a locked, like, skeleton key kind of room. I was 2 years old and ended up in a locked bedroom.
No.
Talking to
2 years old, that's Rosie right now.
Right. So the windows were up there, old big windows on pulleys, like there are pulleys in the windows. And there's a bird flew into my room. Okay. I'm in my grandparents' house. Every room has a fireplace. And I'm in there, and y'all, it was, late 70s, early 80s, right? And that was late 70s. They went and got a tape recorder and hit record because I was in there just carrying on. Rosie style, obviously not making like long-winded sentences, but talking enough. And I'm talking to this bird, and then I'm just telling everybody, I'm like, oh, well, you seem fine. I'll tell them, don't worry. And you can hear the bird tweeting it, and I'm sitting here on the recording.
Having a conversation.
Yeah. Just, oh, yeah. And then I start giggling like this bird said the funniest thing. And they're like, and I'm the first grandchild. So they're like, get her. Somebody's trying to kidnap her. Nobody's trying to kidnap me. And my papa, country ingenuity, went and got a little, his wood shop, went and got a hammer and a tool and took the door off the hinges because they couldn't find. They're like, where the hell's a skeleton key? And my grandmother's out there smoking going, I don't know. I can't keep up with skeleton keys. Like she's like, just get the baby. My other uncles are outside with a ladder thinking they're going to come get me. I was the only grandkid. They didn't have anything to worry about yet. So they get in there, and my uncles were coming up the ladder and said, this bird just flew out, and I was fine as could be. And right then my papa got the door off the hinges, and I'm laughing. I said, oh, hi, papa. Wow. And that they don't know to this day how it got locked. And they're like, we didn't know how it locked because they've never had issue. Yeah. That was the big one. I remember seeing people in the hallways of the funeral home, but little when I was young. As I got older now,
like just figures, or it was like, oh, there goes Miss Joan.
No, figures, like people kind of walking by, and I'd always see coins, which was really weird, like big, like Susan B. Anthony, big $50 coins. When I was like under 10 and under, right, and I'd find them in the hallway, and I'd be like, yo, why do we have coins? Like I'd find them everywhere, which was really weird. Yeah, and come to find out, this is always, I didn't know this because we bought the funeral home from another family that owned the funeral home in our little town. Went back in the day when you buried people, you'd put coins on their eyes. So if they woke up,
I heard of
you would know that's how they woke up.
Yes, because then they would fall and you would hear the
correct.
Yes,
Danielle knows, she gets it.
Wait, so that means they weren't dead?
Well, yes,
or they've like risen.
Oh, yeah, it was kind of like a superstition.
And so they would open their eyes, the coins would fall, you would hear the coins hit,
and you'd know they were alive, and they weren't. Yeah. Because they didn't, I don't know when embalming started. Forgive me for not knowing that history of if you're forgiven. Business. Thank you. But they didn't always embalm. So it was a little bit more, I think, like the Jewish tradition where you would just, which Jews do not embalm. And so you just bury within 7 days, or usually within 24 hours, and then they sit Shiva. Yeah. So I don't know what the history was. But as a little kid, I would find coins in the hallways of the funeral home. And I think I was about 10 or 11 when my uncle was finally like, come here, let me show you. And they had a box of all these pictures, all the old school pictures. Because back in the day, you'd also photograph the dead. That was also a part of the tradition. Okay. So the family would, it's so creepy, but you'd like gather around like the family, like a family portrait with the dead person.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, and then, everybody looks sad. Don't get me, it's not like they were cheesing. It was like.
Right. Because there's a lot of photos from the early 1800s or wherever, and a lot of people were like, and that person's dead, and this is a dead, like, but it looks like but they're propped up.
They'd start doing in the like early 1900s era. They would put them in almost like, think of it as like I'm going to say a crib, but it's a casket. It would be like almost like a casket for photography, if you will. And so there'd be pictures of someone obviously passed away. Families gathered around that. Now, I don't know if that was just how they were buried. So he shows me this box of photos, and people have coins on their eyeballs, and I'm going, what in the world? So I don't know if it was people just letting me know. I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting.
I know. It is. It's a whole different.
I didn't know they did that back in the day. I did see in the past like 5 years, somebody died, I think, in Puerto Rico, and they embalmed him on his motorcycle. And so they had in the living room his motorcycle with the kickstand, and he's posed on the motorcycle.
You know what? Respect. I respect it. Yeah. We've had some interesting asks through the years, so I would understand. We had a guy, I used to tell the story on stage, but now I guess it's slightly in poor taste. But we had a guy pass away younger, had a heart attack down in Talladega, which is where they do the race at Talladega Nights.
Yeah. Familiar.
And yes, he was watching NASCAR with his family, was on the top of an RV, like cheering, died, had a heart attack. So they drove him back in the RV because they didn't want to pay to ship him. I said, we were like, put him on ice, which they did. Just on ice. I'm not being, this is true.
I believe it.
They ordered him a custom made casket. And it was a NASCAR. Like, I can't imagine how much money they spent on this casket. This was in the late night, like 98, 99. And it was...
I mean, that was peak
Dale Earnhardt.
Oh, absolutely.
You understand.
Jeff Gordon.
You understand.
Yeah.
You receive. Okay. Yeah. It was like, hi. And they bought him... When they brought his funeral clothes, they got him a flame retardant, custom made racing uniform, which
he died doing what he loved.
That's what I say all the time. When they brought us the uniform, like when they brought the race suit down to the funeral home, I was like, because the wife was like, it's flame retardant. And I was like, clearly y'all know something we don't. Like, he must be going to HE double hockey stick. Did you want him in this? Because we were like, because she said 3 times, she's like, flame retardant. And I was like, okay. I don't
know if it works like that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. And they had a helmet, and it was like a plexiglass instead of like it was a closed casket, but it was like a windshield.
Do you know what I'm picturing? Remember those little red car beds?
Yeah.
That is what I'm picturing he's in.
A Lightning McQueen. Like the little Ferrari with eyeballs. Precious. By the way, that would be fun too. A Lightning McQueen, a race car bed.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm like, that's a whole new, I would think
We've got a business idea.
Wait, don't give our ideas
Trademarked.
away.
Yeah.
Copyright, trademark.
We've got it. Seen a circle.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was wild. Kiss caskets are huge too. We've buried a lot of people. Kiss the band, they have their own line of caskets. You know Gene Simmons. He's going to make $1. Yes, honey. Kiss caskets are a big deal in the South. They used to be available at Costco. I don't know if they are anymore.
And that feels correct to me.
Yeah. You're right. Right on brand.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If you love your artist so much you want to go out, rocking, go ahead. It's fine. We've had some interesting ones.
Wow. When did you leave your town and the family business to pursue Hollywood?
I left to go to college at Arizona State at 18. Okay. But I still had to go back. Like, I tell people all the time, I don't really remember leaving because I went back and helped like every 3-4 months. Okay. But really, when I moved to Los Angeles after college was probably, which was 97 is when I moved to LA. Okay. And then I still went and worked and helped out. I'd say until 2003, 4 was when I was super active. 5 is when I stopped being active at the funeral home because I was like, you've got to make a choice.
Did you move to Hollywood to be a comedian?
I did. I moved to LA. I was at school at Arizona State, and I was in an improv group. Okay. And I loved improv. I was like, this is the greatest thing of all time. I loved like working with other people. I loved a yes and. I loved having to figure it out on the fly. Improv brings me such joy. Wow. Love it. But I didn't like, I loved Saturday Night Live, but I never wanted to live in New York. I wasn't somebody that was like, oh, I'm going to go into sketch for a living. And then I moved out to LA just because I always wanted to live in the sunshine. I wanted mountains and the ocean and no humidity. And so I used to always say, as a little kid, I'd say, I'm going to move to Hollywood and have my own show. As a little child, they have cassette recordings of me walking around going, I'm going to move to Hollywood and have my own show, which was really interesting because it was so vague.
So sweet. Yeah.
You know, like it wasn't like, I'm going to have a sitcom. I'm going to be, but I loved Carol Burnett. I don't know anybody in comedy that doesn't have some Carol Burnett affiliation to watch her magic. And I think that's probably where I thought I'd have my own show, being like Carol, but I can't carry a tune in a bucket. Never really been an actress.
I think you just knew you were going to be in this industry. Like, and the way you say that is show. I'm going to have my own show.
Did you feel that way?
For me, I wanted to be an actress, but I remember my grandmother, she would watch her little Mexican game shows, and you know, where it's like a party and noise and then pretty girls walking by and then the whole audience is laughing and then it's like just a whole circus.
Yes.
Right. Yes. And it's like a game show. I remember she was watching one of her game shows and she said to me, I could see you doing something like this one day. And I don't think she meant literally like either being the pretty girl walking by or the silly guy hosting it. I think she just meant TV, star, something in this. She meant, I can see you in this.
And I love that that's a core memory and you received
that.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was older. I was a teenager, older teenager. She died when I was 20. So I was like an older teenager already.
What did you feel before that when you were younger that you were like pulled to it, or was there certain things?
When I was younger, I would sit in front of the mirror and like do awards acceptance speeches. For what? I don't know. I don't know what my talent was.
Same.
Was I a singer? Was I an actress? Was it an Oscar? Was it a Grammy? I don't know.
Same, girl.
But thank you so much.
Oh, yes. I would sit. I will have to show you that too. So when I first moved here, I waited tables at Hard Rock Cafe. And one of the hostesses at Hard Rock Cafe was this girl named Jackie. And we hit it off and we get along. And she's like real into comedy. And I'd just been doing open mics. I hadn't, barely getting my 3 minutes, sitting out sweating to death outside the Laugh Factory. And she was like, we should write a sitcom. I was like, I don't know anything about writing. And she went to school for writing. And she was like, well, I live in my parents' house. She's like, I got back from school and I live in my parents' house in Encino. And I was like, okay, cool. I lived in an apartment in Burbank. She says, you should come over and we should write and figure out something to write. I was like, okay. And I go over to her house. Well, her stepdad's Tim Conway. Conway. Yeah. You listen to the words coming out of my mouth. And she didn't tell me this, right? She's just like, you should come to my parents' house and we'll write. And I get over there. And I mean, maybe I should have said, hey, oh my God, I grew up on Carol Burnett. I'm about to have a stroke. But I walk in the door and her cute little mom, Sharky, who's precious, which to be fair, she is his stepchild. Okay. He got remarried. He had his first wife and kids. And then he'd been with her since Jackie was little. So it's her, other daddy. And so she didn't think a thing to say anything about it. And I walk in the door and I'm like, and I'm trying to act casual. And then I get up to her bedroom because she legitimately lives with her parents and your stepdad's Tim Conway. And I go, why didn't you tell me your stepdad's Tim Conway? I couldn't even make the sentence. And she was like, are you okay? I was like, do you understand? And she legitimately did not receive it because it was normal.
Yeah.
And it was my first time in my life that I thought, oh my God. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
How does this town work? Because you're as calm as you can be in the legends of comedy. So I say this because Tim became one of the sweetest human beings in my life. It was so sweet to me. Like that I might cry about this. Just any time in this lifetime with him was so outstanding that I just even got to know he existed. And I told him, I said, when I was little, I used to always do my Emmy acceptance speeches. And at the time, I'm sure obviously it's not the same now. He had the record for the most Emmy wins.
Oh, wow.
In comedy at the time because he guest starred on so many things.
Yeah.
He had, and then you walked in his office, it literally looked like, the Lakers.
A museum.
It was just like Emmys. And so I told him the story and he goes, well, you should take a picture so that you can with one so that I'm 22 years old, right? And I was like, what? And he goes, you should take one. Like, he's like, wear something nice so you look like you're at the Emmys. Oh. And I'm to this very day, I'll send you the picture. It's on my mirror. It's a black and white photo. And it is on my mirror in my bathroom of me with this Emmy in this dress. My hair is my natural brown, shocking, I'm not a blonde, to my waist. And it's like just this photo of me with this Emmy. He goes, look like how you'd look if someone just handed it to you. Oh. And that's the photo on my mirror. And then to take it one step further, he goes, now you should dream it up. And I go, what? And he goes, here. And I laid on the sofa in the office. And he took all the Emmys and laid. He goes, no, pretend like you're asleep. Like you dreamt it. And it's on my nightstand. So that's been on my nightstand. And I'm in a Georgetown sweatshirt and leggings. I mean, it's not the best look. But that's it. And I've got a pile of Emmys on me. And that was when we won, which that's a hilarious story in itself. For Clean House, I was on a makeover show forever with the amazing Niecy Nash. And we won my first Emmy. I'm like, the first flash that went through my head was Tim being like, really make that face. And I just got like, I was like, oh my gosh, like he predestined this, because everything else about the event was not like the glamour I was hoping it would be. We were in the lobby. We were late. Yeah. They called our award while we're taking our photo call. They're like, you gotta get in here. Jeannie Ma, I don't know if you know Sweet Jeannie. Yeah. Jeannie goes, Trish, what are you doing? Y'all won. And we're like, what? And Niecy goes, we won what? And we were like, what? And we came running in completely in shock. We didn't even get to enjoy 1 ounce of the Emmys because it was the Michael Jackson had died, if that tells you how long ago this was. Yeah. So there was like all this gridlock because freeways were closed. Oh my goodness. And we were late to our own award show. It was one of those days that we were like, did this happen? And when we got on stage, our EP, she was different. She was like, I'd like to thank my cats. Oh, you heard the words. That was not cast. First thing that went through my head was she's going to thank all of us. And she was really, honestly, my cats get me through. And as she's saying it the second time, I leaned over to Nash and I go, you need to save us right now. And she just pushed her aside and walked right up there and saved, because we were all standing there. I'm like, she's thanking cats. Oh, no. Because that's how we ran up on stage. Yeah. So that to me is when I think of the business and that's the full circle of my long-winded story, y'all. Sorry.
But what happened after? Did you call and be like, I won. I did.
I left. It was late. By the time I got to that point, I left a message and I said, I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you. Because if it wasn't for that, obviously you held the vision, because you're like, I'm giving fake speeches in a mirror. I didn't know for what. Yeah. I mean, if somebody told me I'd win for a makeover show, or as my mom would say, my mom, she's something else. She goes, well, I'm tickled for you, but you did get it for folding people's dirty panties on TV.
Mom.
Thank you, Judy, for your humbling rendition. Appreciate you. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for the perspective.
Yep, thank you for just shoving that right in the face.
Mm-hmm. That is a really beautiful manifestation story.
Yeah, thank you.
Like, so cool.
Let me ask you this, because you're all into, I love
even Dolly, that story and this, there's a theme. There's a theme in your life.
I'm a magic manifester. I
like it.
But I'm currently at this place, and I know you're a magic manifester. It's all over you. Do you get to a point for you, because there's an alchemy to what we do anyway. I always say being a comic's like being a wizard and a magician, because we get a room of people to think like-minded and who are from different lives and different backgrounds, and bring them joy and get them to a frequency and a vibration to get them all in a place to, on command, we're getting them to laugh together, no matter their backgrounds, beliefs. I always find that fascinating. So I'm going to ask you this. Do you get to a point where you start going, what can I do now to manifest? Like, do you push? Because I'm having trouble right now getting to the point of like, what can I push myself to that's almost slightly uncomfortable? Because this is I don't want to say easy. Easy's not the word. But there's something, I'm like, am I being meant to do more?
We can coast.
Yeah, we can coast. That's the word.
It's not easy, but we can get comfortable and coast.
Because you have the gift. You have that gift to just bring people to here. Yeah. Does that ever, because for sometimes I'll do that. I'll go, okay. And there's coasting seasons in our lives. But do you get that where you're like, what can I do? Because I get to those points now where I'm like, am I pushing myself enough?
Here's the thing for me. I think for me, it comes down to dreaming. So you can't manifest something that you don't even have vision for.
Ooh, say that again. Say that again, Anjelah. That's a whole word, sis. Say that again.
You can't manifest something you don't have vision for.
I'm sweating and goosebumping at the same time.
So I go through seasons where I don't have vision. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I want. I can't see it. I have my old vision of what I wanted back then that I still haven't got. So then I go, well, maybe is it still that? Should I just still hold on to that? But what do I want right now? What is this version of me? Mom of a 2-year-old, wife 14 years in. This version of me, tired, 43. Maybe my hormones aren't balanced. Maybe like whatever I am going through from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. This version of me, what does she want? And maybe it is the thing that's on my vision board from a long time ago that I never got, but I'm just too tired to see it and want it. Maybe I'm too jaded. Maybe I'm too hurt. Maybe I'm too fill in the blank, but it is still that. Or maybe that dream is done and it's something new and I have to look for it, find it, feel it. What is it? But even that takes energy and a piece of me being vulnerable.
Oh, yeah.
So it takes a lot to have vision. Now, for me, in this stage of my life, it takes a lot more to have vision. Whereas when I was in my 20s, done.
Yeah.
See it. Yeah. Want it. Boom. I see it. I'm in my dream. I'm journaling it. I have stacks and stacks of journals. I got it. This is what I want. This is how I see it. Oh my gosh. I walk onto the lot just to be an extra, but I can smell the soundstage and I'm like, yep, I'm about to have my own sitcom. Yep. Woo, woo, woo. Like I see it. I want it. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
And then now I'm just like, okay, what is she going to eat for lunch today? Okay. I have to pack. We leave on Friday. What time is my flight? Okay. It's that, you know?
Yeah.
So it starts with vision for me.
100%. I love the way you painted that picture because I'm knee deep in perimenopause right now. Mm-hmm. What a time to be alive, everybody. Buckle up if you're in it. And I got you if you're in it because it is, it's fun. But that's been a whole other component, which I think, like you said beautifully, it messes with the vision because some days you're like, this is all I have the bandwidth to do. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I'm going, has that changed? Has what the original core, and it's not to get muddied with your purpose. Because the goals can change, but the purpose is still right down the line. And I think that's huge because a lot of people think, oh, people move to Hollywood because they want to be famous. I'm like, that was like a byproduct. I never thought, I need to be famous. I was like, I'll be so stoked if people know me for my job.
Sure.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
But it was always like, I want to make people laugh and feel so good. I didn't know what way it was going to happen. I was just going to have my own show, you know, and let that be.
You said something a second ago that got me thinking about comedians as magicians and that we can get an entire room of people to laugh and like raise their vibration and like sit in that joy. And like, I'm aware of that, but it's so interesting as a comic we worry about like this specific joke. This joke didn't hit as hard as it did in the last show because this is our business. This is our craft. This is what we do.
Yes.
So we can get very,
myopic.
Yes.
Just in it.
Yeah. All the little like things like, this crowd wasn't as whatever, and looking at it from that point of view. But if we actually pause and think about it in the way that you just said, like the magic that's actually happening right now, the vibration thing that's happening right now, and like sit in the magic of the evening that can never be duplicated. We'll do it again in another city, but it'll be different because it's different people with different souls, different energy, different trauma, different everything. So what's happening right now can never be duplicated. Whether there's the guy who's sitting like this and you still can't get him, you watch this punchline and you still didn't crack him, and you're like, and you keep trying to get him, like letting him go and like zooming out and seeing what's happening, the magic that's happening in this room, that as soon as we say, you know, I'm Trish, thank you, good night, it's done. Yeah. And the magic is done for the evening.
That's right.
We just did a magical thing.
That's right.
It's very special.
It's really special. It's a gift. And I don't think I sit there and say, like, musicians do it, obviously, but they have a body of work that can take you to a place without them there. Not that you can't listen to you on Spotify or Apple.
It's different.
But when you're physically in that room, everyone knows there's something about that live magic. Yeah. And with music, you may have a feeling. With comedy, it will not work unless we have you in sync with us, which wild to think about. Yeah. Wild. And then we go, you're going to trust us. We're going to take you on a ride. I'm going to ask you to receive everything coming out of my mouth, and we're going to do it as a team. Mm-hmm. It's wild. Yeah. And we're not auto-tuned. We don't have sparklers, backup dancers. Like, the wildness of what we do, I've gotten better at this stage of giving myself credit of how actually when people are like, oh, comedy's terrifying. I'm like, that's because you're not funny. But it is actually terrifying. If you look at what we do, I mean, we go up there with literally no safety net. Right. And then add in perimenopause. Yeah. Honey, sometimes I'm like, who are you people? What is this? Like, because you go up and you're like, I'm ready to give you everything I got. And then 10 minutes in, I'm like, you know what? I forgot to do same day order at Costco. Y'all give me a second. Like, your brain, it is a different beast once you're going through this. Yeah. And you go, dang, what we do is really something to give yourself some credit, if not, you know, everybody else. I think everybody just needs to be a little bit kinder to each other.
Yeah. Thank you. I receive it.
You're amazing. Well, you're amazing. And you're doing it with a baby. Anytime I see you, you're like, good night, dog, baby, husband. You come off stage and I'm like, I could barely deal with myself. And I'm like, does somebody have something dairy free so I don't, have a bad stomach? And I will watch you come off and you're like, and now we're going to put Rosie to bed. Or now I'm like, how? That to me is the ultimate magic trick.
Yeah, I don't know.
And your energy level. You're badass.
I don't know, man. Thank you.
You're badass.
Thank you.
You really are. Like, if nobody's told you today, I'm sure Danielle tells you all the time, but you're a badass. Oh, yes.
Every morning. I make her call me. It's part of her job description every morning.
Good morning, girl. You're a baddie. Let's do this.
Good morning. You're a baddie. This is your wake-up call.
You're killing it, sis.
Okay, so here on Funjelah, we do MADtitudes and gratitudes.
Yes, I love that about you.
It's been so fun to hear some of your stories, some of your childhood, some of your dreams and career and stuff. But I want to know one of your MADtitudes that's, what's getting on your nerves lately. And then let's move into gratitude and let me hear a few things that you're grateful for in life.
Oh, my goodness. Well, MADtitude, I'll give you, because there's so much to be mad about right now. Okay. And you said it beautifully the other day on social, because I was like, oh my God, I love you so much. You just were doing your hair and you're like, I'm done. Because I get people going, why aren't you speaking out? Why aren't you? Well, I'm like,
it's hard.
Because I'm not Anderson Cooper. Okay. Yeah. And I'm not going to say something in this realm that's going to be life changing. I'm as aggravated as y'all. I'm as hurt as y'all. I think if we could all just be kinder to each other. I'm always mad when people lead with the worst in somebody. If you could lead with maybe seeing the best in somebody, that's what I try to do often. But the other day, this was one that got me. I was on the road.
Where most MADtitudes begin.
Where they most, because we've got this eye I think when you're away from home to certain things, where you're like, what is wrong with you? I love a Target run when I'm on the road. It's a basic Betty moment that I enjoy. I get my Starbucks. I walk that aisle. Yeah. And I live my life. Yeah. Well, I'm on the road. I'm getting my stuff. I go back out to the car, and I see this mama. I return my cart. This is a big part. I call people that don't return carts. I didn't make this up, but my friend Lisa Arch calls them cart holes. I can't stand a cart hole. Somebody that just pushes it,
Can't handle it. No.
Yeah, cart hole energy is the worst. So I see this little mama, and it was a Saturday morning for a show, and she's got 3 little kids. She's getting them in a minivan, and she's a new baby. You could tell this was maybe her first or second outing with the newest baby in that car seat, like fresh baked. Yeah. And she's sacking these kids up in, and she's gotten the Target in, and and I turned to her and I said, you want me to take your cart back? Because I'm taking mine back. And she goes, really? I said, oh, girl, I got you. And her face was like, oh my gosh. So she's put her Starbucks on the roof of this minivan. And I'm watching, I'm taking the cart back, and I get back, and I'm putting mine in, and our cars are across from each other, across the aisle. And so she gets everybody in, I put the cart back, and as I'm getting ready to go, not only do I see that the Starbucks is on the roof of the car.
She needs that.
She forgot to put the baby in. She forgot to put the youngest baby in. I instantly jump out of the car. This is why I'm a professional, Aunt Trish.
Wait, the baby's still in the car?
The baby's in the car seat. Nope, in the car seat. The youngest baby's in the car seat. She got all the older kids in. She got the baby in the car seat to the passenger side, right? To the passenger side. There's another car parked next to it, so nobody's in danger. But I instantly see, obviously,
oh my God,
two things. She was probably so excited for that Starbucks and was so tickled to get in that car and drink it and get home with them kids. And she got to go to Target, and she's forgot this newest baby. Oh, no. I jump out of the car, like full Aunt Trish mode, with my car running in park, jump out. As soon as she backs up, that Starbucks goes down the windshield. So thank God she immediately stopped the brakes, right? She's got an iced Frappuccino down the front of her windshield and can't see. And I jump out without I didn't come like, hey. I'd snatch that baby up, real calm, walked to the front. So now I'm in the front. She's windshield wipering away the Frappuccino. And I'll get to the front and I go, Angel, because I've got the youngest baby. She puts that car in park and just starts bawling. And I'm like, and I go, girl, you're okay. I go, you're okay. You're okay. And she just looked, she was, I'm not a bad mom. And I go, baby, you're not a bad mom. You're a great mama. I go, you got a lot going on. I go, you know what I'm going to do? I said, I made all my points at Starbucks. What was that? I said, was that a caramel Frappuccino? She goes, upside down caramel Frappuccino. And I go, you pull up right in front of Starbucks, I'm going to get you a new coffee. She goes, you don't have to. I said, yeah, I do. I said, so just get little one in and breathe. And then the kids are whooping each other in the back. You know, the older ones don't even know the baby's missing.
Yeah. Not a clue.
Know. They're like whooping and playing with whatever they got. And she goes, thank you. And I go, girl, I got you. And so I just went back in and I had tears in my eyes because I thought, how many people would have judged her? How many people would have been saucy to her? I'm in the middle of nowhere, I was in Alabama, and she was just looking at me like, I don't know who you are. And I was grateful she waited because she could have been embarrassed and drove off.
Yeah.
And she did wait. And I got her one size bigger than what looked like fell down the windshield. But she needed it. And I came back out and she grabbed my hand and she goes, I don't know who you are. She goes, but I just want to tell you thank you so much. And I said, you got this. You're going to be an awesome mama. I said, you got a lot going on. She goes, I really do. And I go home and enjoy yourself. She goes, okay. And that was it. And I just stood there thinking, we all got to be that to each other.
Yeah.
Just be that to each other. That to me is what I'm grateful for, is when you have the moments where I wasn't sitting there trying to be a superhero. I went, this poor angel has so much on her plate.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to walk up going, hey, you forgot your baby, you know.
Yeah.
I just went and did that because I was like, she's going to see me.
Oh, my God.
If not, this will be an interesting show for me tonight. I'll have to get a baby Bjorn. It'll be different.
Yeah.
But it was this really great moment of like, we're all in this together. Yeah. We're all in it together. Yes. Just take care of each other.
Yeah.
And
she said, I don't know who you are. You said at Trish Suhr.
At Trish Suhr. I prefer for you to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Honey, go home and put on the YouTube and enjoy me. Could you imagine? Hey, girl, just scan this QR code and you'll have a great... Could you imagine?
Oh, my
God. Oh, my God. She'd been like, okay, great, weirdo.
Wow.
Yeah, that to me is a gratitude meets a matitude, because I was having a moment because I was like... Because the only people that should ever leave a cart are mamas like her. If you've got that much going on, leave a cart, sis. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll help you out.
Yeah.
But when you are able-bodied in a bunch of Lululemon, just pushing it to the side, girl, you've got on the clothes for it. Return the cart. Don't be a cart hole.
That's right.
But you can leave it if you're a fun mama that's just trying to make it through the day.
You got to do what you got to do, Mom.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that story. Give me another gratitude.
Oh, another gratitude. My awesome husband. Because he really keeps me in check in a good way. I can be, 100,000-foot view, not even 30,000 foot. I have no oxygen with the views I have.
And he's like, breathe.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to breathe. I'm going to need you to bring it right over here. He's just a really good balance to me, and I've never really allowed that in my life.
Oh.
And so I'm really grateful to have someone like him in my corner.
Yeah.
That sees me and is like, okay, that seems terrifying, but you don't seem scared. And I'm like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And that he's not poo-pooey, because first husband was pooey. I was married to Oscar the Grouch, first husband.
Okay. I've heard of him.
Yeah. Hateful. Lit on the can. Just. So this one.
Nice.
Good dude.
You say he's a good balance to
Yeah.
you. Is it sometimes hard to see the balance as because they say iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
And that's balance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And that the act of iron sharpening iron. King.
Girl.
King,
all the time. All day long
king,
and twice on a Sunday.
That's I'm so grateful for the balance,
Yes.
but also woosah, we got balance.
It's the mirror, right?
Yeah.
God will give you the mirror to your behavior. And I realized in my first husband, I had there were behaviors in him. I will never poop on him, because I learned so much about myself in that. But I also learned that my value had to be owned by me. No one's going to give it to you but you. And so meeting second husband, same thing. Iron sharpens iron. He will do things that I'm like, Satan, get behind me. Jesus, be a fence. Because I'm like, I'm gonna, and he will do the same now, because he's realized after a full marriage himself, where you realize things that you got to let go, that you've got to look at this person and go, what about you? Is this behavior in me going to make me better or you better? Is this win worth it? Me getting extra saucy, is this going to be worth it? Because we fight. Of course we fight.
Yeah.
But it's also somebody that I push him to scarier things, just in life, meaning setting bigger goals. I think goals are about learning and knowledge, and not everything's not always financial. I don't care about a Gucci bag. I care about what is this, taking more time off, more time with family.
Sure. Yeah.
Doing less is actually more, which I think sounds so hokey, but it's the damn truth.
Yeah.
You know, you can't write good material if all you're doing is grinding all the time.
Yeah.
Because people don't relate. Yeah, you got to go live. And that's what's been really awesome, is learning that balance, which I love that you completely understand. You, especially you're strong. You had to marry someone strong.
Oh, yeah. And girl, that iron sharpens iron.
And do you sit sometimes with each other and go, because with my husband, I'll go, I need a minute, because I realize what he's saying isn't out of spite or, sauciness. And I have to look at it, because the ego in me sometimes, because my job is solo.
100.
His job is not solo. He's part of a band. So he'll say things, and I'm like, it must be nice for you.
Yeah.
Everything lands on me. But I have to realize it's not coming from a hateful place.
Yeah.
That we are the team.
Yeah. It's never coming from a hateful place. In the moment, my defenses are up. I can't hear nothing. You know what I mean?
God, I love you.
Looking back, I go, I can see what you were saying.
Now.
In the moment, I don't see anything. In the moment, everything gets red and blurry. But it's almost like when you were saying the mirror, right? I think about what we do as comedians is we hold up a mirror to society.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, you don't like what you hear me saying? Well, it's you. What do you mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're the ones holding up this mirror.
1,000%.
And that's kind of what your partner does for you as well. They hold up this mirror, but in that moment, it's the ugly thing. Woo! It's the thing that you need to work on. It's your weakness. It's your ego. It's all the things. Yes. And it's like they hold up that mirror right at that moment, and it's like, oh, how dare you? But you don't see it as you. I'm not looking at the reflection. I'm just looking at, you're saying that I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. He's like, no, I'm not saying it. I'm holding up a mirror.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Just sit in that for a second. It is, because then you have to be vulnerable, not only with your partner, which of course you are, you signed up for him, but vulnerable in the things that you're like, I don't need one more thing. I work hard. I always say to my husband, I was like, when I get real down on myself, I will say, you can't be mean to me. No one's meaner to me than me. Which makes you realize, wait a second, why am I so damn mean to me? Like, I'm doing all this work for me, about me, from personal growth. And I don't mean just time on stage. All things, all personal development. So then when he does something, I go, oh, that was actually for me to look at. Why would I ever talk to myself like this? Why would I ever? I'd beat the stew out of somebody if they talk to my best friend like this.
Yeah.
But I'll go do it to myself.
Yeah.
So when he turns that to me and I go, okay.
Yeah.
I have to take a look at this.
Yeah.
Because this ain't so good.
Yeah, I have to take a look. I'm not gonna tell you I have to take a look at this. I'm just gonna secretly take a look at this.
And I'm gonna stew internally and sit right over. It's so true. I'm like, There's a lot of I get full telenovela. My best friend's Cuban, and she goes, nobody gives telenovela face like you. Because I'll go, like I'll just, because it's all happening in my head. And I'm just like, long pauses of like, son of a, because you got to go deal with it now.
Yeah.
Dang.
Give me one quick gratitude.
Quick gratitude, my dogs. I'm so grateful for my dogs.
Okay.
They bring me the joy. Like as soon as Bonza ran in here, I was like, because mine's 90. I have a 90-pound doodle. So if I'd have brought him in, he'd have taken out half the equipment. But
I do wish you brought him though.
Next time. I will bring him next time.
Please,
and he will be madly in love with you. So
I love that.
my dogs are pure joy personified.
What's the other dog?
He's always a lab. He's precious. He's just pretty. The doodle's so smart, and the lab, Wesley, is just happy to be here.
Chocolate, black.
He is actually Dudley. He's an albino chocolate lab. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
No.
They're the sweetest things. He's got light eyes and a little pink nose.
Oh my God, a cute.
I know.
I want to quish him.
He's yummy.
All right, Danielle, why don't you read us an email?
Okay, sure. I pulled this one up because you guys were talking about jeans earlier.
Okay, yes.
I don't know. It might not make it in, but before we started talking about some pants. So I pulled up Lauren's gratitude, and she said, I'm so grateful for cargo pants, especially the bad boys with the adjustable waist.
Ooh.
Who needs a belt when you have fasteners? Who needs a purse when you have pockets?
That's right.
In fact, I can put my keys in one pocket, cell phone in another pocket,
Yep.
and my wallet gets a pocket all to herself.
Gimme.
And then there's still space for my lip gloss, my tiny Tabasco, and a pack of stevia in case the coffee shops are being stingy. And so what if my items add weight to my pants? It's a built-in workout, baby.
I love Lauren. I love Lauren.
I love you. And I will now seek you out with mini Tabasco in your britches.
Yes.
Because you're my kind of people. I love a mini anything, but mini Tabasco.
Yes.
I am on board with this because I too have recently abandoned using a daily purse.
Yes.
And instead, I've been using my denim jacket.
Yes, I do the same thing.
Because it has the inside pockets and the outside pockets.
So genius.
So my inside pockets, I'm keeping my heavy things, my keys, my wallet, my phone, and then the outside pocket is like
the quick
a hand sanitizer or like a lip gloss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm keeping this out
and then
here.
my top ones have the button, so if you need to keep something real secure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right up there in the vault.
Yeah.
That's genius.
So I've just been using my jacket as my purse lately.
Yeah.
And
I might have
foregoing
to do that.
purse. Yeah.
I've been doing a fanny pack, like a crossbody up top.
That's usually what I use, but lately I've been like,
that's way better.
I'll throw it in my pockets.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I need a big jean jacket.
Me and Lauren, join us.
Lauren, I'm coming. Lauren, we're coming for you. I can't wait. I'll be in cargos and a big jean jacket. Whatever you need, I'll have it on me.
Yeah. I know. Imagine you're just, out and you're like, oh, you know what this taco is missing? And you're like, oh, hold on.
1 second.
1 second.
I always have it on me. Right now, I think I have travel Cholula.
You do?
Love
make them in
Cholula.
packets.
Yes.
Oh, in the packet,
Yeah, believe me, if there was a tiny bottle, get out of here.
I used to have a bottle of teen in my bag.
I love you so
really?
much.
For a really long time.
You guys are so Mexican. I'm so proud.
I'm secretly, in my heart of hearts, I would love to have any. If someone said I was Mexican, I would literally be so joyful.
Like reading your DNA results, you are 3% Mexican. I knew it.
I knew it. I would scream from the top of my lungs. Joy.
Trish, I love you so much. I have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation with you. Thank you for being here. I am grateful you took time out of your day to come and sit with me and Danielle and just tell us about growing up in the funeral home and your Dolly Parton experience that I absolutely love. And I honestly feel after this episode, I feel a little like inspired, like manifesty inspired, like let me go vision, let me go journal, let me go just write some stuff and see if something comes out. Like that's how I feel. I feel like I'm leaving this with like a a to-do list, but not in a like a I gotta get this done, but like a
what's available kind of way.
Yeah.
But I want to say I think you're that kind of person, period. You are. Like, you bring that out anytime I see you. I always go, oh, you're aspirational. You're an aspirational person and how you are.
Thank you.
And there's not enough of those people. So if nobody's told you that today, any day, you just keep doing that, because there's that juju that we all need that isn't getting the light it deserves right now. So thank you for just being that person that always just brings that little spark of like, you're like a fun and less bitchy Tinkerbell. Wasn't Tinkerbell kind of bitchy?
She was.
Yeah, she's kind of salty. Yeah, no, you're not. You're the opposite.
So
you're precious. So
thank you so much. I appreciate you. And we have to do this again.
We will anytime.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks for having me.